My name is N'Ginga DeRoche, a 23-year-old resident of Villa. I am currently employed at the Inland Revenue Department.
Growing up in the community of Villa, what would you say is your fondest memory?
For me, it would have to be having storytelling nights with my family. We would pick any random night where we will turn off all the lights and we would just have storytelling, whether it is from old time days or if we just make up something on the spot.
In your community, what would you say is the biggest income earner?
The community of Villa is one where we attract a lot of visitors because we have our beaches as well as our multitude of hotels from Paradise Inn to Loveview, and it is an area where everyone comes out and enjoys, whether it's the view, you enjoy the ambience of our hotels that we do have.
What would you say was one of the challenges as a young lady growing up in your community?
For me, it would be just not allowing the negative of others to influence how I go about my life, as well as not really allowing myself to explore the different avenues, whether it is just going outside and taking a stroll. That was a big challenge for me, but now I think that I have managed to overcome that.
What primary school did you attend?
I attended the St. Mary's Roman Catholic School.
We all have that one teacher that we love. Who was that teacher for you, primary school, and why?
I actually have quite a few. For me, one that pushed me the most would be Miss Colzack. She was my grade 6 teacher, and she really encouraged me to further myself in the art of dance as well as in the theater arts sector. She's very passionate about what she does, and from that I learned to just believe in myself even more.
What was your favorite subject or subjects in primary school?
Math. I really liked math.
Wow, math?
Yes.
Why math?
I don't know, I just always had a love for numbers. It came easy to me. Like, I never really had to fight to get the work done. And from the support of my mother as well, she really pushed me to just believe in myself and focus on my work, especially if it's something that I do enjoy doing.
What's that one primary school memory you will never forget?
Probably in grade 6. There was this young boy. He would trouble me from time to time, and this one evening he decided to pull my bag and my bag strap burst, and I just reported it to my mom, and then she came down and she had a little talking with him, and it never happened again.
While you were in primary school, were you involved in extracurricular activities like sports, drama, dance, stuff like that?
Yes, I was a part of our school athletics team as well as our dance team.
You left primary school and you transitioned into secondary school. Can you give us briefly a short rundown of what it was like for you the first day of school?
Kind of a blow, but my first day, we didn't really do much, and because it was a school that I chose and I was really excited to go to, I didn't feel like out of place. It just came natural. I actually attended the St. Joseph's Convent, Kingston, and everyone there, majority of the students, when I transitioned, were from the same primary school that I went to. So it was a natural transition. It wasn't anything that I had to force myself to get into.
What would you say was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome while in secondary school?
It would just be ignoring the negative, not allowing students or anybody to deter you from what you want to do. When I was in secondary school, there were quite a few times where students would make comments because I was quiet or they thought that I was a teacher's pet. So it kind of rubbed them the wrong way, and they would make comments about that. But I never let it deter me. I always just kept it pushing and just ignored what they had to say.
Being a part of an all-girls school, is it all serious every day? Are there persons in your class who would have been, for example, mixed schools would have the class clown, the singer, and which one of those persons were you?
I was a bit of everything. Even though I was quiet, I had a good relationship with majority of the students in my class, and with them it was never anything too serious. We would make jokes with each other. We would make like serious jokes, but to them it wasn't serious, even though I might have been serious, because sometimes they take me for a clown. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I say things and it doesn't sound serious to them, but I'm actually being serious. Like, let's go, we have stuff to do.
Recall for me that memory of you getting in trouble.
I won't necessarily say it was trouble, but it would have to be my 5th form experience. It was a time where I forgot my homework, and you know, teachers are very serious about doing their work on time. And I didn't, so I ended up in school detention. So I had to go to the library and get my homework done, and then come back to the class and present my homework to the teacher.
What's the hardest lesson you had to learn being a woman?
The hardest lesson for me would be, all good things come to those who wait. You cannot expect to be at the same level as someone else because you aren't them. You have to allow your process to be your process. You can't rush stuff. Your time is going to be your time.
What would you say is your dream job or profession?
I would have to say something definitely in the field of accounting. When I was in secondary school, we were just exposed to accounting, and when I started, it wasn't something that I felt like I can do. But at the end of my 5th form experience, I really fell in love with the subject, and from the encouragement of my stepfather, who is also a teacher of accounting, he really pushed me and explained to me the different avenues that accounting can provide for you.
Favorite season of the year? Carnival, Easter, Independence, Christmas.
Christmas. I like the togetherness, and for me, in my household, Christmas is a time for where everybody comes out and they celebrate together.
What's your ideal solo date? Solo date, I mean, you're gonna take yourself out.
I would have to say it's going to the beach. Where I'm from, we're known for the tranquil beaches, the nice rushing of the water on the sand. So it would have to be going to the beach and just sitting down and listening to the ocean, listening to the sound of the breeze as it passes through the trees, and just engaging in reading or even just listening to music and enjoying my company.
Yankee or KFC?
KFC. Yeah.
What's that one song you play almost every day?
Problem Child. I could say it. Afraid on.
If you could go back in the past and bring anybody back to life, who would it be and why?
It will be my cousin. She was quite old, and she actually died 2 days after I graduated secondary school. So I would bring her back just to have that conversation with her about where I am right now. I know she's looking down on me, but I would just like to hear her words of encouragement and what she always shared, which has pushed me to where I am this far.
Imagine your younger self is looking at this video. What is one takeaway you would like her to get from looking at this interview?
Hi N'Ginga, future you here. I just want to tell you that you are where you should be, and never let anybody deter you from where you're going. Always believe in yourself and be who you are. This is your contestant number 3, N'Ginga DeRoche, Miss Republic Bank EC Limited, inviting you out on November 1st at 8 p.m. at Victoria Park to witness a night of wonder, grace, and passion.